Alright, howdy, hi, hey. Just doing a quick video today in reference to my updated storage. I have this acrylic kind of staggered storage that I really like, as you can kind of see all the pen colors at once, and it makes it easy for the grab and go since I am trying to incorporate my fountain pens more in my daily life. Currently, out of the 62 pens I have on this rack, 36 of them are filled, as I am still going through my sample colors to finish filling these for 2026 to have all of them filled out. However, since this is a quick, I guess, recap on the past colors I bought, specifically the slate blue, as well as the plum, since I typically do have trouble describing the colors, thankfully I was gifted recently some paint chips. I do have the Valspar collection as well as the Sherwin-Williams. So we're going to look at the slate blue first, as I've already tabbed them for ease. Please look forward to my fantastic camera woman skills. All right, so on this page, the slate blue is more of the Atlantic Schooner. I'm not sure if that's how you say it, but if you are looking at me compare the colored side by sides, I'm trying to turn this because I do feel the color kind of changes at different angles, and with the way I have my lighting, I know my shadow is a little bit off. The other closest would be the Thundering Clouds, as well as the Motor City Blue are also close matches. To me, I feel the Motor City Blue is the closest. It's not quite spot on, as you can see more from this side view, whereas it's closer to Thundering Clouds, but it's somewhere in between this color. Of course, the lighting's horrible, as well as my camera work, but that is just where my skills are currently. So that is your slate blue. In reference to the plum, which, you know how I feel about this color being called plum, I think it's a little too rich to be plum. But in the Sherwin-Williams, the closest I could find was the Cerise. I'll go ahead and angle that so y'all can see it in many different angles. And a close second was, I want to say, the Framboise, and I believe that is French, so I'm pretty sure I'm pronouncing that the right way. Unfortunately, we'll see both colors at the same time. There may be a lot of camera shaking. If you don't trust me, the other pinks in this selection, you know, this is what we have right here. So of course, when I go back to analyze each pen, or once I go to show the pens and inks, I will be pulling that out, as I think it is going to be handy in identifying the exact color of these. But what we came here today to do is, if you may have not noticed, I did tease it in the last video. I ended up buying the Twsbi Obsidian. I have not unboxed this. There we go, a little focus in. I did get it in the fine nib. Pretty much like a regular Twsbi, except the box is black. But it is the same packaging and wrapping as usual. Don't know how many people enjoy a good box opening, but we're going to open this up together. I'm trying to get a clean sticker open, but that is just not in the cards for today. There we go. I hate when it leaves sticky stuff, but c'est la vie. All right, and paperwork. And as usual, do not drink while fountain penning, and the Obsidian. All right, we have zoomed in for a better view. There is a silver light iridescence, some type of misty smoke kind of effect in it. That is different from the other two pens. All right, the threads are the same kind of metal as the accents on here, so that is definitely enjoyable. And of course, I'm just a little bit nosy about the insides. So I do like to look to see what's in there, but seems like kind of same metal components as far as that effect. This is a fine nib, but it looks a little bit thicker than fine for some reason. To me at least, or to my naked eye. And as y'all know, I am a fountain pen newbie, so definitely don't quote me on that. But it definitely does have a different pattern than the Draco or the Kai. I did already prepare its brother and sister, or mom and dad, however you'd like, for some inking samples. And it's going to go in here along with this. This is where it's going to live. Could be cute in here. But I did get some obsidian themed inks. We're going to cut to the swatching. For the obsidian, we have the obsidian sun, obsidian moon, and obsidian sky ink colors. A quick little agitation just because there is glitter in some of them and we don't want that sediment to settle too much. But we'll go ahead and start off with the sky, as the sky is above everything. Ignore my pipette. I've already taken a little bit out of here to do a test run, but we are going to go ahead and start our swatching. And I think I ran a little bit out of ink, but that's fine. And we'll do a little splurt at the end. All right, so the sun would come next, I would guess. First you got the sky, then the day starts off with the sun. And lastly, when night arises, then the moon comes out. Now, this might not be the best swatching technique, of course, but we're not here for the best. All right. Of course, we're going to get our cotton swabs out, and we'll just take a little bit of that and, do a little. So that is the sky, the sun, which I think is going to be my favorite, and then the moon, which I think, once again, the moon is supposed to have a little bit of silver in it. And we will kind of have to bring these a little bit closer, and you can definitely see the gold in the sun. Nothing's really going on with the sky, and there is a very light silver shimmer in the moon. This sun, you can see, very heavily shimmered, the moon lightly shimmered, and just the sky is kind of a flat black. And we're back. So it is mostly dry, that we can see the obsidian itself, the obsidian sun, and the obsidian moon, and the winner is the obsidian sun. If you look at this at some angles, it looks like deep obsidian black, but as soon as this ink catches the light, it turns completely golden. If I had a second choice, the obsidian moon and then the obsidian sky, I did not ink these two up. Know that this is all written in the obsidian sun, but I did not feel like inking up the other colors, as I did not like them as much as I'd like the sun. The moon has a muted silver kind of sheen, kind of shimmer. This one is taking the longest to dry. So, I could end up in a pen a little bit later, but we'll definitely see how it looks. If you are just comparing the obsidian in all of these, pretty much these are all the same black ink. Just if you want that shimmer sheen, I would opt for the others. But once again, I was very impressed by the Endless Obsidian Sun. I did also get the Endless notebook, which I'm going to be journaling in. Allegedly, this paper is very fountain pen friendly. I just liked that it just seemed to fit the Obsidian vibe. The last thing I wanted to do is bring the 3 pens all together. Of course, we have the Kai, the Draco, and the Obsidian. Going to try to at least get some angles so you can definitely see that sheen and shimmering. What I will say is these two were in the rose gold. This obsidian is in the bronze. So if you are a attention to detail person and you like to know the finishes, this one's bronze, whereas these ones came in that old school rose gold. If I can complain, they did etch Twsbi in each of these. I really feel they should have filled this with something, you know, to kind of make it pop a little bit more. The same thing with the fennel at the top. It's kind of like roughly sanded, I guess, if that's an effect, but I really feel that they could have taken it up a notch. I am happy that they didn't stick to the same pattern just with black. I mean, I guess you couldn't really have black on silver, but it's like these are the two of the same, just different colors. So it was really nice that they did kind of a different finish. I don't have it, but I really wonder as far as the Twsbi Aura. I don't have the pen, so it's okay that I can't pronounce it right, but I am on the lookout for that one. Speaking of lookout, this is the updated status of the ink swatch shirt. So, ta-ta for now. Hopefully you have a good night, and thanks for watching.